Hello! Have you ever thought about whether your air fryer is really healthy? Or is the industry hiding the great dangers of using one of these machines, as some people say? Today, we're going to uncover the whole truth. I'm going to share with you 3 major health benefits of the air fryer, and then we'll discuss 5 myths and risks associated with this appliance. And of course, at the end, I'll give you my opinion. Is it worth having one of these at home? I guarantee that by the end of this video, you'll have all the information you need to make the right decision. But first, like the video, so we can make it the most liked on the channel. The more likes, the more YouTube recognizes the video as relevant and distributes it so that more people can become aware of it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and activate the bell to receive all notifications. And share this knowledge with your friends and family. Many people own and use these fryers frequently. Let's keep you well informed. And tell me, do you have one of these at home? Do you use it often? Can't live without it? What part of the United States or the world are you from? Write in the comments below. Let's go. How does the air fryer work? Air fryers are very popular household appliances that use constantly circulating hot air at a high temperature to cook food. To do this, they use a heat source, electricity, and a fan. They promise results similar to traditional frying, but without using oil. Do they live up to these promises? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the 3 main benefits of air fryers. First benefit of the air fryer: calorie reduction. This is a fantastic point about the air fryer, especially in an increasingly obese world. Comparing people who use air fryers with those who use traditional oil fryers, the difference is enormous. And we're not talking about a small difference of 50, 100, or 150 calories, but 300 or more calories. To give you an idea, a single tablespoon of oil, be it olive oil, sunflower oil, or soybean oil, has more than 100 calories. And I'll tell you something else. When you fry in the traditional way, without an air fryer, you use between 20 and 40 tablespoons of oil, and your food ends up absorbing between 10 and 30% of that oil. Let's put this into clear figures. When you fry a food, it can increase by 200 to 400 calories. I'll give you a typical example. 100 grams of potato have around 60 to 80 calories, but 100 grams of French fries, the ones you buy ready-made, have over 300 calories. In other words, the calories are multiplied by 4. And there's more. According to a 2015 study in the Journal of Food Science, air fryer fries have up to 75% less saturated fat than those fried in oil. The air fryer is a great ally for those who want to maintain or lose weight without sacrificing taste. A 2021 study concluded that high consumption of fried foods was associated with a 22% higher risk of coronary heart disease, a 37% higher risk of heart failure, and a 37% higher risk of stroke. That's why replacing traditional fried foods with foods prepared in the air fryer can be a healthier choice. If you want to lose weight, you need to eat fewer calories. And if the food you eat only provides empty calories with no nutrients, minerals, or vitamins, you will gain weight, stay hungry all day, have little energy, and become more irritable. And here's a parenthesis. Frying also increases the palatability of food, causing us to eat more and ingest more calories. A vicious cycle. So the first benefit of the air fryer is the tremendous decrease in calorie consumption. If you want to maintain a proper weight, this is a great way to go. But of course, not everything is perfect. Second benefit of the air fryer: improved digestion. Have you ever noticed that when you eat fried foods at night, you end up having trouble sleeping? It's common to have nightmares, experience acidity, reflux, or that bitter taste in your mouth, not to mention stomach pains, bloating, gas, and nausea. You ask yourself, why did I eat so much? And in the morning, it feels like your esophagus is burning. This happens a lot with traditional fried foods, and the reason is simple. The fats slow down digestion and remain in the stomach and intestines for longer, damaging the digestive process as a whole. This is why traditional frying can cause acidity, gas, and that bloated feeling. Have you noticed that? And if we're talking about ultra-processed foods, the situation gets even worse. They contain many chemicals that we can't even pronounce correctly and cause significant damage to our gut microbiota, our good bacteria. This is the second great benefit of the air fryer. It helps improve digestion, especially for those who are intolerant of fried foods. Even for those who don't have symptoms right now, the air fryer can be a great ally, significantly improving the digestive symptoms of fried foods. Because it uses less oil, the air fryer makes food lighter and makes it easier to digest. If you suffer from digestive problems, you'll notice a big difference. Have you ever tried eating fried food in the air fryer at night? How did you feel? Much better, I'm sure. I'd love to hear about your experience. Third benefit of air fryers: reduction of toxic substances in food. Let's remember the serious problems associated with fried foods. When we fry food at high temperatures, we release compounds such as acrylamides, which are carcinogenic and oxidizing. These compounds give off that characteristic smell that many people like. You know that pastry shop where the vendor never changes the oil? That black oil is full of acrylamides. The smoke point is the temperature at which the fat begins to decompose and release these substances. Knowing the smoke point of each oil is essential, but you can't control it when eating out. Have you ever asked the chef at what temperature he fries the food? Don't ask, because he won't even know. Another problem with fried food is acrylamide. When we fry food at high temperatures, as in traditional frying, we produce substances such as acrylamide, which is associated with cancer and inflammation in the body. The formation of acrylamide occurs through a chemical reaction known as the Maillard reaction, which is responsible for giving food its color and flavor during cooking, that little crust. This reaction occurs between sugars and an amino acid present in many carbohydrate-rich foods. When these foods are cooked at temperatures above 248 degrees Fahrenheit, acrylamide can form. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Air fryers also produce acrylamide, but the amount is much smaller compared to traditional frying. We're talking about a reduction of up to 90% in acrylamide production. So without a doubt, at this point the air fryer is far superior to traditional frying. And this has a huge impact on our health. For me, one of the most important benefits of air fryers is the reduced risk of cancer and low-grade inflammation. Of course, air fryers have other advantages. They reduce the use of oil. And you know, oil is expensive. Just for what you save on oil, the air fryer will pay for itself over time. In addition, the air fryer can be used to bake and grill food, making it a multifunctional appliance. It makes cooking much easier. I use and love the air fryer myself. Some newer models combine electric oven technology, allowing you to prepare roast chicken and other dishes. You can even bake a cake. Even those who don't have much skill in the kitchen can prepare simple dishes. What's the easiest recipe you've ever made in an air fryer? It's sad to see that some people talk badly about it. But now let's debunk the 5 myths and risks of the air fryer. Myth number 1. Using an air fryer makes all food healthy. Don't be fooled. If you add ultra-processed foods like pizza, frozen lasagna, or French fries, they still won't be healthy. The air fryer reduces the amount of oil, but it doesn't turn these foods into nutritious options. Use the air fryer to prepare fresh, healthy food. Ultra-processed foods are still harmful. Myth number 2. The air fryer doesn't really fry. What it does is bake with rapidly circulating hot air. This means that technically you're not frying the food, but baking it in a way that simulates frying. That's why it doesn't taste exactly like fried food. But let's face it, it's crispy and delicious. And now for the risks. First risk: safety. Here in the US, millions of air fryers, including popular brands, have been recalled due to a fire hazard caused by faulty wiring. However, let me clarify. Air fryers are safer than traditional fryers because they use little oil and reduce the risk of burns and fires. How many children are burned by boiling oil every day? Many. It's sad. According to American data from the National Fire Protection Association, fryers and barbecues are responsible for the majority of domestic fires every year. Second risk: non-stick coating. Many air fryer models contain non-stick coatings with Teflon, or PFAS, which are chemical substances associated with health problems such as infertility, hormonal changes, and some types of cancer. It can't be scratched. Pay attention to this. It's best to opt for safe coatings. Choose fryers with a stainless steel coating that doesn't contain Teflon. Third risk: acrylamide. Although frying outdoors produces less acrylamide than traditional frying, this substance is still present in foods cooked at high temperatures and can increase the risk of certain types of cancer. But no paranoia, right? As the air fryer doesn't fry, food can become excessively dehydrated, leaving it drier and harder than traditional frying. If you like lean meats and some vegetables, of course, knowing how to cook in an air fryer is essential to avoid your food becoming like shoe soles. Has this ever happened to you? It's happened to me. Fourth risk: lack of homogeneity in cooking. Some parts of the food may be more exposed to the hot air than others. Have you ever noticed this? In addition, some foods need a little oil to ensure a good texture. The recommendation is to use small amounts of healthy oils, such as olive oil, to improve the quality of cooking without harming your health. What oil do you usually use in your air fryer? Let me stress one thing: your health depends on what you put in your air fryer. Using pre-cooked and frozen foods is not healthy, even if they are crispier and less oily. Now you're worried about acrylamides, right? I know. So how can we reduce acrylamides in food? I'll tell you some practical tips. 1. Add rosemary before cooking. Rosemary is rich in antioxidants that can help inhibit the formation of acrylamides. If you haven't seen my video on rosemary, watch it. It's worth it. I'll leave the link in the comments. 2. Cook at lower temperatures. Reducing the cooking temperature and cooking for longer can significantly reduce the formation of acrylamides. 3. Avoid overbaking. When you let food get too dark or burnt, acrylamide increases. Opt for light browning rather than dark brown, especially on foods such as potatoes and bread. Pre-treat food. Soaking potatoes in water for 15 to 30 minutes before cooking can reduce the formation of acrylamides. Just don't forget to dry them well if you're going to add oil. 5. Choose foods that are less likely to form acrylamides. Whole grains are a great option instead of refined ones, and less processed foods are always better. Acrylamides are classified as Group B2 probable carcinogens and are associated with an increased risk of breast, endometrial, and liver cancer. My final opinion, and if you've watched this far, it should be the same. The air fryer is a healthier alternative to traditional frying, reducing exposure to carcinogens such as acrolein and acrylamides by 90%, as well as reducing fat and calorie intake. However, it is important to check the coating on your basket. If it's made of Teflon and is scratched, replace it. So, is the air fryer worth it? My answer is yes. However, it is essential to use it to cook healthy food, and not be fooled by the idea that it makes all food healthy. It's reasonably priced, versatile, and can be a great ally in the kitchen. Use it wisely, choose fresh and natural foods, and you'll be able to enjoy delicious food without compromising your health. If you liked this video, leave a like and share it with your friends, and comment below with your opinion on the subject. And always remember to consult a health professional for personalized advice, especially if you have pre-existing medical conditions. And what's the next video you're going to watch? I'm going to share 2 relevant recommendations that are appearing for you. My video on the 5 forbidden foods for fatty liver and 10 best fruits for hepatic steatosis, and my playlist of the best foods for health, including olive oil, rosemary, turmeric, garlic, beet. If you're a fan of this kind of content, you'll love it. Thank you very much for following me to the end, and may God bless us with health and life. Let's promote everyone's well-being together. Remember to subscribe and like, and see you in the next video. Thank you so much.